Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books, and I am doing the book buying tag today. I was tagged by Silvia Kay, who is a lovely booktuber. If you haven't checked out her channel, you really should. I will link all of these channels that I mentioned below so that you can find them easily. But Silvia Kay is, I think she's about my age in booktube years. She's obviously quite younger in real years, but she's just really delightful. She reads a wide variety of books, and she's the style of booktuber that I love in that she talks about books a lot, but she also mixes in some personal tidbits, and I just like getting to know people. So I really like that style of booktuber. And she also, my favorite booktube videos of hers are the ones where she talks about a topic, and she's just very well spoken in her views and very gracious in views across the board. So I think that's a really nice combination in a discussion video. So I was tagged by Silvia, and I'm going to tag a bunch of people because I like to tag people. I think it's fun. And I'm going to tag, you know, my peeps again because I like their style in books, and, you know, I like chatting with them. And I'm sure that 2 or 3 of these on the list have already done this tag, but maybe they'll be gracious and tag their video in the comments so that I can watch it. Anyway, so I'm going to do the tags first. These are the people that I am tagging. First one is Catherine from Cover to Cover. And I don't have a book representation for her because the one that I just finished is, oh gosh, I keep calling it that Octopus book. Something about consciousness. Anyway, I'll try to link it below. But it was such a delightful, delightful book. And so I don't have the book because I listened to it on audio, and my teenager is still sleeping, and usually I like to show the audiobooks on his little cell phone, but he must have taken it in the room with him, so I'm not going in there right now. Anyway, so she reads a lot of similar styles to me, a lot of literary fiction, and we read a lot of Asian literary fiction as well, so we're really paired up that way. And the recommendations that I appreciate most from her are, I've noticed they have a psychological bent to them. So like the Octopus book was, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's psychological, but it really was. It was about consciousness, and it was fascinating. And I've got another one on my wait list at the library, an audiobook that I'm just dying to read that she just finished, and I obviously cannot remember the name of that either, I would tell you, but I'll try to remember to link it below. But yeah, a lot of psychological books from her. The next one is, let me see my notes here, book learning. Again, most of these people, all of these people read a wide variety of books, and that's obviously, I guess, something that I enjoy as well. So, book learning. This one, I think I saw it first on her channel. This is a manual for cleaning women. I've mentioned it several times recently because I'm in the middle of it. It's a short story collection, and it is fabulous. It is so fabulous. I'm enjoying it tremendously. But this isn't actually a good representation of what I appreciate most about her channel. She reads a lot of nonfiction with a historical bent. So I'm always writing notes about those from her. And then while I'm thinking about it, this other one is, I'm looking at my notes again. All booked up. So she reads a wide variety too, and a lot of, I think, science-y fiction, maybe fantasy fiction mixed in. But I picked this one up from her channel when I first started watching her, and The Beekeeper's Apprentice by Laurie R. King. This is very atypical of me. It's a mystery in the Sherlock Holmes bent, I believe. But I just couldn't resist the bees. I love books with bees on the cover. But this is also atypical of what I appreciate most about her channel. She reads a lot of nonfiction from a nature perspective. So I get a lot of, I write all those down too. She just read one about bugs that I'm dying to read. And she also had read the Octopus book. Yeah, I'm going to write all these titles down below for you. But she had also loved that one from last year. So yeah. Then Ange from Beyond the Pages. I'm reading War and Peace with her right now, and Yamini, I believe, is a read-along, 2-month read-along, which is fabulous because you know I was wanting this book. I was dying to buy this book. It's perfect for a book buying tag. But Ange reads a lot of classics, so I'm always fascinated that she can find so many classics to read. It's pretty amazing and awesome. And then another one is Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventures, and her and I are like in the same group, I think. She likes a lot of international stuff, and she's got a book club, I think, that's got an international bent to it. But she reads a lot of literary fiction as well, so we read a lot of similar things. But she reads a lot of variety too. And this isn't one that I got from her, but every time I watch her videos, I see it on her shelf behind her and think, I've got to read that book. And actually, all of these books I'm showing today are just read or reading now, or they're on my TBR. So I get a lot of good recommendations from these people. And then Michael from Michael Reads, I want to tag him as well because I'm always curious where he gets his book ideas, because I just feel like he reads a really wide variety and they're unique books. They're not like, I feel like I grab a lot of books that are popular on BookTube right now, and when I watch Michael's channel, his books are so unique and it just fascinates me. So I am really curious to see where he gets his books and book ideas from. And this is one that he showed on his channel a 3 months ago, and I just had to have it immediately. It was an instant buy. Thank you, Michael. And the last one is Dee Dee, because she teases me about all the books that I've been buying this year. So yeah, I'm tagging Dee Dee so she can help me out in buying even more books. And this is one that she recommended recently. I don't know if she recommended it recently, but I got it recently, and I was just like so thrilled to find it at a library book sale. I was like, oh my gosh, that's the book Dee Dee was talking about. So yeah, those are some books that have been recommended to, not me personally, but I have found them via BookTube channels and great booktubers that I hope you will check out. La la la. It's so hard to position things on camera, right? Anyway, so on to the questions. Number one, where do you buy your books? So I buy my books all over the place. Locally, I buy them at Books A Million. We have a Books A Million locally. And there I don't really buy them off the rack, full price. I tend to look on the clearance shelf or those tables, buy two, get one free kind of thing. And I mostly buy there when I'm just having the urge to buy a book. I'm not going to lie. It's just like, oh, I feel like I need to go buy a book now. And so I go to Books A Million because it's, you know, more of an instant gratification thing. And my son, I take him there now and then when he's needing a new book. And then also locally, I've been to Goodwill a few times just to check out the scene, and I've actually gotten some really cool stuff there. I don't like their paperback selection because I can't stand the ratty, cracked covers. So they're usually like excessively ratty at Goodwill. But the hardbacks are nice, and I found some really awesome ones. And then I also go to, we have a used bookstore called McKay's, and that one is, it's pretty good. They have, they're really literary fiction focused. I mean, just they have a wide variety, obviously, but their literary fiction section is great. Their prices aren't super cheap. They're pretty pricey for used books, in my opinion, but it's fun to go. And then there's also a used bookstore called Half Price Books that's about an hour and 15 minutes from me. I have a friend that lives in that town, so I go up there. I've been up there a couple times when they've had these mega sales, and their books are cheap. And during the mega sales, they're like dirt cheap. Like, I got a whole bag of books for like 88 cents each there, like 3 months ago anyway. I don't go to all these places all the time. I'm just telling you about them. And then there is library book sales. I've just gotten into those, and I've been to, I think, 3 of them. Great fun. It was just an adventure. And we also have a nice indie bookstore called Parnassus here in Nashville that I have not been to yet, but it's on my bucket list for this summer. And Ann Patchett from Commonwealth fame is the co-owner, so I think that's going to be a fun adventure. So yeah, so that was just locally. Then there's online. So online, I go to Book Outlet again when I'm just like, oh, I want to buy some books today. And there you have to kind of look around, and I tend to try to buy at least 4 books when I'm on there, just to make the shipping $1 per book. But I hear that they're going to free shipping, so we'll see. So that's fun, and I've gotten a lot of books at great prices there. And then the other 2 online places for me are Amazon and Book Depository. So I have Amazon Prime, so those ship free because of the Prime. And then Book Depository also ships free. So the way I decide, usually I go there when I've got a list of like specific books that I want and I want to get good prices on them. So I'll go back and forth between the 2 sites and do comparison shopping. Sometimes Book Depository is $1 or $2 cheaper. It just depends. And they're both free shipping. But Book Depository takes a lot longer to get to me. So that's something to think about if I want it fast or not. But also Book Depository has a wider variety of covers. So a lot of times with newer books, I prefer the UK cover. So sometimes I want to buy it over there just because of the cover. So yeah, it just depends. So when I'm really in the market to buy a lot of specific books, I'll go to the 2 stores and do comparison shopping and buy some from one and some from the other. So I've probably answered all the questions already, but we'll see. Number 2, do you pre-order? No, I don't. I did pre-order the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child just because I wanted to go to the party, and we didn't even go because like I'm so not social. And I did just read Scythe, which was amazing, and that comes out in March of 2018, and I may pre-order that just because it was so good. How many books do you buy a month? Well, shockingly, prior to this year, I didn't buy any because I don't know, I was into different things. I just have recently discovered BookTube last year about mid-year, and it took me a while to find channels that I really gelled with. I mean, it took me a while to figure out what it was, to be quite honest. They need to have a "this is what BookTube is" user guide. But in January, well, I started my channel mid-December, and from there I did start buying books just because I'm in a position in life where I have a little extra money for that now, and I'm having fun with it. And I really don't think I can answer that question, how many books do I buy a month? Because I've only been buying since like I said, January really, and I'm in the it's really exciting phase. So I've been buying a super lot. Um, my TBR is over 100 books, and all of those have been bought this year, so you can do the math. Do you use your local library? Yes, I do. Dee Dee, I do use my local library. But I tend to only use it for audiobooks, for the most part. I like to get audiobooks at the local library. And a lot of that's because I use the library in Nashville, which is amazing for audiobooks and probably everything else. And I don't really like the library in the county that I'm in, so I'm not a member there. And so, like, I don't want to physically go to the location because it's not a huge drive, but it's a little bit of a drive. But audiobooks, it's just great for those, and I get a lot of those from my local library. And how many books do you borrow at one time? With the audiobooks, I tend to buy, I guess, I don't buy them, I borrow them. I tend to borrow more popular books, so I'm usually on a wait list. So, like, right now, I think I have one that I'm actually listening to, and 3 or 4 that I'm on the wait list for. What is your opinion on library books? I mean, they're great. I love libraries. Libraries are awesome. And I know, like, I did neglect to mention, now that I think about it, I do borrow books, physical books from the library, but I borrow them from the high school library. So I'm a high school teacher, and I teach ESL, which is English as a Second Language. So I teach it in the morning at one school and in the afternoon at another, and both of them have excellent librarians and libraries. And so I actually borrow young adult books from my local high school libraries. So there you go. Secondhand books. What's my opinion on secondhand books? Again, I love them as long as they're not junky. I don't. I just don't. I'm not a snob. And I really like that I'm in a position where I can buy, that I have options on buying books, that I can buy secondhand and I can buy at local bookstores and I can buy online, because I'm happy that I'm able to support authors and booksellers. I think that's important. I do. Do you keep your read books and your TBR together or separately? I keep them separately. I think it would just overwhelm my mind to have them all mixed up and have to think about that part, while I'm thinking about which book to read. And yeah, they're separate. Do you plan to read all the books that you own? Why, yes. I would hope that I would not buy them if I was not going to read them. What do you do with those that you didn't enjoy? I'm getting white out. That's funny. Anyway, I have a stack of books in my closet. And again, I haven't been on BookTube very long, and I haven't been buying books for very long. So, but I do have a stack in my closet of books that I don't intend to keep. And I'm going to do an unhaul with those and take them to McKay's, which is my local used bookstore, and trade them in and buy new books. And then the ones that they don't accept, they have a freebie box in the front that I can just drop them off in. Do you donate books? Have you ever donated books? Yes. I used to collect Newbery Award winners back in my 20s. I really loved Newbery Award winners, and I was teaching middle school at the time. And I moved to Honduras, and when I did that, I got rid of a lot of things, and so I gave away all those books. I think I gave them to the middle school that I was teaching at. So yeah, I kind of miss them now, but I'm sure they were well loved. Have you ever been on a book buying ban? No. But like I said, I haven't been like compulsively buying books long enough to put myself on one. But I think naturally, like, my desire to read the books I own, I think will hopefully control my book buying. So, like, right now I'm kind of at a stage where I feel comfortable with the amount of books that I haven't read. But I don't want to surpass it, and that's why I'm trying to read a lot this summer and slow down on my buying so that I can, keep it at the rate it is, the ratio that it is right now of TBR books, and the pace that I can read them, and not having too many, but enough to be happy about it. And I can't read that one. Oh, do you think that you buy too many books? No. Like I said, I think I have control. I mean, it doesn't look like I have control right now, but like I said, that's because I'm new and I'm excited. But overall, I'm fairly disciplined, so I think I got this under control. I think so. And if I don't, Dee Dee's always there for me. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.